a tiny SUV where the seats slide around like furniture. The windows send text messages to strangers, and the speakers pop out so you can take the party with you. Sounds wild, right? Well, that's exactly what Kia is teasing with their brand new baby EV, the Kia EV2. This is their smallest electric SUV, set to launch around 2026. In the next few minutes, we're breaking down everything: design, interior, tech, driving experience, safety, price, the whole package. So buckle up, because this quirky little SUV might just surprise you. Exterior design. Now, let's start with the outside, because this is the first thing that grabs you. The Kia EV2 looks nothing like a typical entry-level SUV. It's rocking Kia's new star map lighting signature up front, those sharp, pixel-style LED clusters that instantly make it feel futuristic. You can't mistake this car for anything else on the road. Dimension-wise, it's smaller than a Kia Soul, yet it carries this chunky, squared-off stance that gives it more of a rugged mini SUV vibe, rather than a tiny city hatchback. And that's smart. People don't want a cheap EV. They want something that looks confident. Around the back, the design stays clean but bold. You've got a full-width light bar, sharp geometric shapes, and even the rear bumper carries this futuristic edge. Honestly, if you covered the badge, you might think this was a concept for a premium European brand. And remember, Kia's designing all of these EVs, from the massive EV9 to this little EV2, to share the same family DNA. That means, even at the bottom of the lineup, you get the same visual identity as the flagship models. Interior features. Step inside the EV2, and it honestly feels like you've just entered a concept lounge, not a budget EV. Kia has gone all in on making this tiny cabin flexible, futuristic, and fun. First thing you'll notice, the sliding bench seats. Yep, the front and rear can actually move around, transforming the cabin depending on how you want to use it. Need more cargo space? Slide them forward. Want to just chill? Push the seats back and it literally turns into a lounge setup. But here's the quirky part, the message windows. You can display little text animations or icons right on the outside of the car. Imagine parking and leaving a glowing note like, "Charging, back soon," or even just a smiley face for the car next to you. It's playful, but it also has some real-world usefulness. Overall, the EV2's interior doesn't just try to fit people into a small car. It reimagines how a small EV can feel roomy, flexible, and even a little bit fun. Infotainment and tech. Now let's talk tech, because the Kia EV2 may be small, but it doesn't skimp on brains. Front and center, you've got dual screens, one for the driver's display and one for infotainment. Kia's been streamlining its UI across all their EVs. So if you've seen the EV6 or EV9, this will look familiar, just scaled down a bit. You'll find the usual suspects here: navigation with EV-specific route planning, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Kia's own connected services. What's cool is how the EV2 integrates EV charging info directly into the maps, so you're not guessing where to plug in. It plans your route around real-time charger availability. And because Kia is moving toward a more digital-first approach, you also get a built-in voice assistant. So instead of fumbling through menus, you can just say something like, "Find me the nearest fast charger," and it pulls it up instantly. Connectivity is another strong point. The EV2's system supports over-the-air updates, meaning your car keeps improving over time without you ever stepping foot in a dealership. Plus, with the Kia Connect app, you can precondition the cabin, check your battery level, or even send a destination from your phone straight to the car. Bottom line, even though this is Kia's most affordable EV, the tech feels anything but cheap. It's polished, smart, and future-proofed. Driving experience. All right, so how does this little guy actually drive? Well, remember, the Kia EV2 isn't built to be a highway rocket. This is a city-focused EV, and it wears that badge proudly. Behind the wheel, the first thing you'll notice is how light and easy the steering feels. Perfect for weaving through tight streets, parking in cramped spots, or just making quick turns downtown. Honestly, it feels more like driving a zippy hatchback than a traditional SUV. Suspension-wise, Kia tuned the EV2 for comfort. Think of it as soaking up potholes and speed bumps without rattling your bones. No, it's not sporty like a hot hatch, but that's not the point here. It's about making everyday commuting as effortless as possible. And of course, being electric means you get that instant torque. Even with modest horsepower, the EV2 takes off the line quicker than most gas city cars. Perfect for those stoplight-to-stoplight sprints. For range, Kia hasn't given us exact numbers yet, but based on similar EVs like Hyundai's Inster, we're probably looking at 180 to 200 miles on a full charge. That's plenty for daily errands and city commutes. Plus, you've got driving modes: Eco for maximum efficiency, Normal for everyday balance, and a bit more pep in Sport mode. So the driving experience? It's smooth, easy, and very well suited to city life. Think of it as a stress-free daily companion rather than a performance thrill machine. And honestly, that's exactly what most people want in a car this size: safety and driver assistance. Now, when it comes to safety, Kia hasn't shared all the details yet. After all, the EV2 is still a concept. But if Kia follows the same recipe as the EV4 and EV6, here's what we can expect. Standard driver assistance tech like automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control should all be part of the package. Kia's been really consistent about including these across its lineup, even in the more affordable models. Bottom line, when the EV2 hits the road, it should check all the boxes for daily safety. Whether you're solo commuting or hauling kids in the back, it'll have the modern safety tech you'd expect. Price and market position. So, when can you actually get your hands on one of these? Kia says the EV2 will go into production around 2026, starting with Europe and possibly rolling out to other markets later. That makes sense. Small EVs are hugely popular in Europe's cities. As for its competition, think Peugeot E208, Opel Corsa E, or even the MG4. These are all small, affordable EVs designed for city life, and the EV2 is Kia's answer to that crowd. Now, Kia hasn't officially announced the price, but here's the thing. This is designed to be Kia's entry-level EV. That means it should slot in well below the EV4 or EV6. Early estimates suggest somewhere in the mid-$20,000 range before incentives, which could make it one of the most affordable electric SUVs on the market. And don't forget, in many places, you can stack government incentives or EV rebates on top of that, which means the real-world cost could be closer to the low $20,000 range, or even less in some regions. So the way to think about the EV2 is this. It's Kia's way of saying, electric cars don't have to be expensive. It's small, stylish, and budget-friendly. A starter EV for the masses. Conclusion. So that's the Kia EV2. Small on the outside, big on ideas. From its funky sliding seats and picnic-ready flat floor to those quirky message windows and portable speakers, it's clear Kia wanted to make this more than just another budget EV. Sure, the range will probably land around 180 to 200 miles, so it's not built for road trips. But for city living, that's honestly more than enough. And with an expected price tag in the mid-$20,000 range, the EV2 could end up being one of the most affordable electric SUVs you can actually buy. It's practical, eco-friendly, and just playful enough to stand out in a world of serious, grown-up EVs. In other words, it's Kia's way of showing that electric cars can be fun, approachable, and accessible to pretty much anyone. But now the question is, what do you think? Do you like the quirky features, or do you find them a bit too gimmicky? Would you buy a car like this as your first EV? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what features you'd actually use in daily life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review of Kia's tiniest electric SUV, hit that like button, subscribe for more car reviews, and stick around. We've got plenty more EV content coming your way. See you in the next one.